Hello! Welcome back to Power Trip.
Welcome back. It's great to see you all.
Wave at audience.
You know what's sad is I did that at work the other day to somebody where I was gonna do a workplace sensitivity thing because I'm known as being a little more raucous at work. I know, hard to believe.
You know.
I was gonna go up and just be like, hello, Sam. How are you? That's unfortunate. Oh, I'm supposed to wait till you respond. That's unfortunate. Yeah. But yeah, that's
good times.
Good times.
Though.
Good. This is a good opening.
That's a good opening. Yeah.
Good opening. Welcome back, Power Trip Gaming Retrospective.
Welcome back. Wow, we're coming back to the retrospectives. It feels like it's been a hot minute.
Has been a hot minute. We are doing. Already forgot it. Game 56.
Holy cow, 56.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out, baby.
Wait a minute. That was the game that I broke my foot, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I sure did.
One of the best, the best anger moments out of you.
I got super ticked off. I believe it was at Mike Tyson because nobody else in that game would have made me that upset.
Oh no.
I went to go throw the controller down, and it just so happened that my foot was right underneath where the controller was. So yeah, I ended up breaking a toe.
Yes, you. Yeah. Because I want to say like only the first couple episodes of the series was. Just the people, and then Mike Tyson was like the last 3 episodes.
I did the one big montage in the middle.
Yeah,
where I did the screen split.
Oh no, and that's always been the way it is with Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I mean, the first however many boxers there are in there, from Glass Joe to Super Macho Man, not a big challenge.
No,
a lot of it is just a lot of repetition. It's really super easy. Mike Tyson though. He really bumps that difficulty up to like 11. It's just it's insane.
Yes, sir. So we'll get right on into her. What do you got? What do you got for Mike Tyson's Punch Out? Give me some sweet facts.
Some sweet facts.
When did it come out?
Crap. It came out in 1987. I do know that. It came out in 1987 in North America.
Why did they pick Mike Tyson?
Because Mike Tyson was basically the undisputed champion of the world at that time.
He was.
He was
one of the best boxers ever.
He was one of the best boxers of all time. In fact, people could not usually last longer than 3 rounds with him because he just had such strength.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole when they refer to him as the Dynamite Kid.
Yeah, he was the Dynamite.
That's what he was known for, was the one-hit punch. You're done.
That was it. Yeah.
Hence the whole first minute of his round.
Most of the time he was dominant within the first round, but boxers just could not last more than 3 rounds with him.
No.
He was just an insane force to be reckoned with. And it's funny because in 1990, everybody thinks that they changed the sponsorship from Mike Tyson. Like they wanted to get rid of him to distance themselves.
Yeah.
And to a certain degree, that was true. So when they re-released Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream, they did that, but that was actually before all of his legal issues that he ran into. The moment that they said that they wanted to drop him was when Buster Douglas actually beat him.
Oh my God, Buster Douglas!
So they didn't want a champion who was no longer champion advertising for their game, so they thought, okay, we're not going to pay for the rights anymore. We're not going to endorse it by him anymore. So we'll save some money there, and then we'll rebrand it with Mr. Dream. And then it just so happens that Mike Tyson's legal issues and like some other things were coming to light that he got in trouble for, and it's like Nintendo was like, they were just ahead of the curve.
Well, and then they made Buster Douglas's heavyweight boxing for the Sega Master System.
Wow. Part of it too was their license they had to re-up the license for his likeness.
Yeah, so they just didn't renew it.
So they didn't renew it. So like they let it. So they let it lapse.
Yeah, so they saved money in that respect, and then they ended up like coming out ahead of this firefight that ended up happening with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, which is funny because he's such a small part of the game, but some would say the biggest part of the game.
Yeah, honest to God.
It's marketing, though.
I think it
really is.
Well, and it's funny because at this point, the game is synonymous with Mike Tyson. Is
100%.
anytime anybody refers to Punch-Out, you literally think Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
I don't. I think King Hippo and punching him in the gut and watching his pants fall.
Although the funniest thing though is there was a video that was made several years ago where Mike Tyson actually played Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and he got knocked out by Glass Joe.
You know, it's funny. This game, I enjoy watching this current generation of gamers try to play, and they just can't figure it out.
No.
Yet somehow when we were children, like, I remember when I was like 5, 6, being able to get to like Piston Honda or Bald Bull.
Oh,
and then
sure,
that's where
yeah.
I'd stumble because I just couldn't get past that pattern. But like, I don't know, like, and that was, we didn't read the instruction books. We didn't know what the hell half of that shit meant, but we still somehow learned how to pick it up. It's almost like this current generation of gamers can't play unless they know, unless the screen tells you,
Gives you a prompt of what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, gives you tutorials in game.
They also have far more options, so if they hit a spot where they're like, yeah, this is too hard, they can just pick up one of 1,000 other games. We didn't have that option.
That's a good point.
No, we did
How
not.
many, like, when you were playing this game, how many other games did you own at the same time? 20? Tops?
Oh
30?
yeah, no, we.
I doubt it was less than 100.
We ourselves.
It
had
was less
about-
than 100.
It was 10 to 15. We were probably in that that number.
My recollection, we had about 60 or 70.
So, like, yeah. So
You rich son of a bitch!
We had a lot.
How did you have 60 games?
So we had a lot of games.
Did you live in a
least-
house?
so, like,
At least I thought it was a lot of games until I realized how big the collection actually was.
well, and so that's one of those things where it's like, okay, so you hit a point with, if you hit a point with Tyson, yeah, you had other games to go to, but not very many.
No.
Nowadays, it's like, okay, I get beat by it. Well, if you're on the Switch, I have how many other games I could play.
Well,
if you're on PC, even farther, like way more. And so, like modern, like kids, it's either they get into it and keep pushing forward and are able to keep pushing forward, or if they hit the stumbling block, it's an axe and they're on to the next thing.
And we talked about that before, where it's like, that's why games, like, I mean, the games that you
Jaws.
absolutely hate or that you think are just absolutely terrible, like, I mean, like Jaws,
Barbie.
or
hey, Barbie is a
maybe
great game.
Barbie, Little Mermaid.
Hey, both great games.
Snake, Rattle, and Roll. Like,
Yeah.
people loved these games because it may have been a bad game or you may not have liked it, but that's all you had. So you played it and played it and played it, and you got good at it because that was all you had.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point.
Yeah, so I mean, God, that was the golden age, but I mean,
Or you had to be good at it because you had siblings who needed help.
Yeah.
Either
Sure.
that's-
And you wanted to look like a hero.
that's true.
That's how it was for me with Barbie and Little Mermaid. My little
that's
sister
true.
played those games, so...
Very
Yeah,
true.
I remember that.
All right. So let's get on into it. What would you give Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for a difficulty?
So difficulty is, at least for me, it's very hard to like really rate this game. Like, objectively, it actually, it doesn't have anything to do with sentimentality. It's the fact that I feel like the game is really easy for like at least the first half, and it doesn't get difficult until like the last 2 or 3 boxers, and even then, the game is so repetitive and formulaic that it's not hard in that sense. However, though, Mike Tyson is really hard. Even though he's formulaic, because of the fact that at least in the first minute and a half of the first round, he can knock you out with one punch.
And the way he punches is random.
Somewhat. To a certain degree. Yes.
Yeah. Because I feel like he never punches the same amount of times in that minute and a half 2 times in a row, if that makes sense.
He does because, I mean... It's funny, you can actually see people play this game blindfolded.
I don't understand it.
Well, because,
but that's how formulaic it is.
Well, because there are only a couple of distinct patterns you can use.
Yeah.
Right, but that would mean you'd have to get lucky that
You have to know
this
which pattern is which.
Yeah, you may have to, but just based on like the first couple of movements that he does, then maybe you realize what it is.
Maybe.
At that point. So, but that's why I say this game, it's hard to rate objectively, but I would honestly say that I would give it a 6, possibly a 7 for difficulty, just because of Mike Tyson.
Oh, you read my mind.
Well, I understand. The way I would view it is you do 6, And then bracket, Mike Tyson is a 7.
To be quite honest, Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
is
actually,
he's a 9.
I think I gave it a 6. Like you said, at the heart of it all, it's pattern recognition.
It's pattern recognition all the way.
I mean, even to the point, every timing is exactly the same.
And every boxer has a move that, when countered effectively, knocks him down.
Yeah.
Like, literally, Glass Joe has a move. Piston Honda's got his little, what is it, the Hurricane Punch or whatever.
Right.
Don Flamenco has that trick where if you alternate your punches, until
he's done.
You'll take him down until he's down, and then he
bull punching him in the stomach.
In the bull
Piston
rush.
Honda.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So you're right. A lot of the boxers have pretty much one hit things.
Yeah.
But Tyson is.
I feel like he's got something, but I've never been able to actually hit it.
Tyson to me feels like
the
an
person
8.
ducking in the audience.
Tyson to me feels like an 8.
I mean, he might be. I mean, honestly, I made it through Mike Tyson's Punch Out in about 20 minutes, and then it took me another 3 hours to beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah. So it's my initial instinct is 6 or 7. With the first half to 3/4 of the game being a 5. Because really the game's not that hard. Like you said, once you recognize the pattern,
oh yeah, no,
it's a cakewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson, to me, feels like an 8 on his own, which then average that out, it's about a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
There's passwords for every circuit?
Every bout, every circuit. Yeah, every circuit.
Yeah. With the exception of Tyson, who you have to fight Super Macho Man before you fight Tyson.
Although the thing is
that
there is a Mike Tyson
Yes.
password that was in, I want to say it was the first issue of Nintendo Power.
Do you remember it?
God.
007.
No, I don't remember it.
That's all I can remember.
Yeah.
I remember 007.
69. No.
Fuck me. I wanted to get a shirt made with it because I've seen people who have shirts with the code on it.
Oh, that's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, no, I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
But damn, did I memorize what?
3.
3.
I was hoping.
I don't
7
know it.
3 5 9 6 3.
Okay, 007 3.
7 0 3 7 3.
Yeah, and that brings you right to
Yeah,
Tyson.
Yeah.
right to Tyson.
Yes, but then you wouldn't come across that naturally. That's something you had to look
Yeah,
up.
because they don't give you any passwords in the game.
I said, dude, I thought they do. Like,
No, the password that's in the paper after you beat Super Macho Man, for
It
some reason,
brings you to Super Macho
brings you right to Super Macho
Oh,
Man.
okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you go to the Dream Bout,
Yeah.
which is Tyson.
Oh, okay.
So
That's a little weird.
that's also kind of nice in the fact that you can just start at the beginning of that circuit or Super Macho Man if you make it that far. So that's not as bad. You get frustrated, you can calm down, put the password in, and try again at a later time.
Yeah.
So I think 6 feels right.
Yeah. It's also crazy too, because I mean, Mike Tyson is the toughest boxer in that game, and when you lose in any bout, you either go back to like a certain ranking, or you have to do some boxers again, or you have a rematch.
You get like a continue, yeah.
Basically, you get to continue. Yeah. With Mike Tyson, it's just automatic retire. Like, you're
Yeah.
done. It's just
He
game
fucked
over.
you up so hard, you
Game
said,
over.
I can't now.
Yep. Can't do
I
it.
retire. Damn. He really is like one of the most notorious bosses
Yes,
in
he
gaming
is.
history.
Oh, absolutely. They made him really difficult, and I think the
I forgot you had that over there.
do, yeah.
Yeah, so it just sorry. Speaking of Mike Tyson, this is exactly
got this at a sports convention, but I could not pass it up the second I saw it. But it is Mike Tyson in
Yeah.
the ring after he TKOs you. And it is signed by Mike Tyson.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic. But yeah, they basically did they did an 8.5 by 11 shot of him in
That's
the ring, and they
kick-ass.
got him to sign it. And I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect for the video game room.
Absolutely. All right, so 6 for difficulty. Let's move on to fun. Personally speaking, I grew up with this, had a lot of great memories of it.
I did too.
I can't play it as an adult. I don't know what it is. If it's I'm just not as good at doing the moves. I find out I'm better juking than I am swaying than I am juking. I still give this game high marks for a lot of shit.
So here is the funny thing, because I actually looked it up, because I remember being really good at this game as a kid. Like, especially like as a like 10-year-old, 11-year-old. I was really good at this game.
Mm-hmm.
As an adult, I was not as good, and I was having difficulties with boxers where I'm like, why am I having difficulties like with Mr. Sandman? Why am I having difficulties with him? The refresh rate on TVs nowadays actually screws like directly
response time?
with the response time.
Really?
It's actually, it messes up a lot of older games.
Yes,
Wow.
because of the refresh rate of like high definition TVs, like the signs that they would give you when they were about to do something, that's not there anymore. Or the
They're too
reaction
quick now.
time, or the reaction time is just like you overreact to it, and then you basically walk right into the
Wow.
right into the attack.
That's interesting.
So it's a mix of maybe your reflexes are not as good as when you were a kid, but it also is the TV that you're using it on.
Well,
Interesting.
Yeah.
And how much of it now is overthinking versus when you're a kid, you just,
Just go with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
you're
could
more
be
reactive,
that
whereas
could be it,
now
too.
we're
more
yeah.
analytical.
You're more
You've
analytical
been
as
trained by
adults.
years of to being like,
Yeah.
oh, I see. Well, this is happening, so this is going to happen, and this. Whereas when you're a kid, you're like, ha, he punched, dodge.
That's true. Kids
But-
tend to react more to gut reactions, whereas adults we react more to mental reactions.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But to be quite honest, though, I would say, I mean, regardless of the difficulty that you have on this game or what hardware you're playing on, this game is one of the, if not the iconic sports title. People consider this a sports title,
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah, it's boxing,
but a lot of
so-
people don't consider it a sports title because they don't get sick of it like a sports title.
It's not a simulation.
No.
It's not like a boxing simulation. It's an arcade game.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
an
Because
arcade.
that's what
Yeah.
Punch-Out was.
It was. Yeah.
So like it's like playing RBI baseball, right?
Mhm.
We just did that one not that long ago. That one, if you compare that to Bases Loaded is more of a simulation. RBI is more of an arcade feel.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one is so iconic because it's not. You don't have to remember all these different moves to do shit. Like
You just remember your punches and get the hell
Yeah.
out of the way.
you have a simple stamina meter. You have, the star punches. It's just simple, and with that, it's like everybody knows these boxers. You say name a boxer from Punch-Out. Everybody knows King Hippo, Glass Joe,
Mr. Sandman,
Mr. Sandman,
Super Macho
Piston
Man.
Honda,
Don Flamenco.
which, became Piston Hondo. Don Flamenco. What's his name? Soda Popinski or Vodka Drunkinski. If you're
Yep.
playing that, but it's like everybody knows these characters. Even from Super Punch Out, Coy Harlow. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know him.
Prince Valiant, or was it Prince Valiant?
I don't
Was
think
it?
so.
No, there was one. It was,
Super Punch Out?
yeah, there was a Valiant guy on there,
I haven't played Super Punch
Valiant
Out
or
in
something
many
like that.
years.
Oh god, yeah, I don't remember anything about Super Punch Out.
or the arcade game, the original arcade game where you had Piston Hurricane, but you also had Pizza Pasta.
Pizza Pasta, or what was Killer Clown? Was that one of them?
Well, Killer Clown was Super Punch Out.
That
yeah.
was Super Punch Out.
But
yeah,
I think Killer Clown was actually inspired by, I want to say, like Pizza Pasta. Like
Maybe.
the size of the
Yeah. But it's like you have all these iconic characters. The game is a really good length. Like
It is.
it's fun. It never really feels old.
No.
I'd say the only one drawback to it is it's the same song in the same ring with
Yeah.
the same background. That's it.
Yes, to a certain extent, because the music does change when you knock down the boxer.
All right.
And when you get knocked down, the music changes. It's more of that, like,
Yeah.
that desperation music, like, get up,
Yeah.
kinda,
But I mean,
yeah.
other than that,
But yeah,
it's
for the
this-
most part, it is. It's the same music.
If they
It
had
is.
varied the backgrounds up a little bit, maybe you like the minor league circuit. The ring is kind of rinky dink and it's like small, like a.
Oh, they could even just change swapped color palettes.
Yeah,
Like
did.
the low, not enough to where it feels
different.
different.
Oh, no. Okay.
But I mean, that aside, my fun, I'm giving it an 8 because it's a fantastic game. It holds up so well. How many years after the fact?
And they've made remakes of it too. I mean,
Yeah?
they did Punch Out on the Wii.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, Little Mac is in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even the remake on the Wii is fantastic.
Is wonderful.
That although being in Smash Brothers is kind of a low bar. Snake is there, so
now it is because anybody and their mother can be in. And I could be the next fucking Smash character if Minecraft fucking Steve is in it. Get the fuck out of here,
Minecraft Steve.
But
I
no,
completely forgot about him.
yeah, come on. Are they gonna throw Pyramid Head in there for fuck's sake? Jesus, actually,
That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
But like, this game is timeless.
Yeah.
To me, I honestly echo that. I give it an 8 because I think that there are things that they could have corrected, but there's not much.
No.
I mean, the game itself, and I don't have as big a problem with the music. Like it there's something about it. Like it doesn't get grating.
No.
Because I don't think that the music is more of an afterthought. It's more you are going up against the boxer, and that's where your focus is. And the music is just kind of in the background.
And that damn song, like, you start to hum it after a while.
yeah.
It's still a catchy song, and you're right. Yeah, like, you're right. It never gets grating, but it's never at the forefront, because that's not what you're thinking about.
No,
and
you're
that's
thinking
kinda
about defending
perfect.
yourself. Yeah, which is perfect as far as a song goes.
Yeah, especially for a sports title.
And
like, it actually... That's a pretty damn good song.
And the characters in there add to the enjoyment because they each have their own personality, their own calling. Glass Joe is literally called Glass Joe because the man just breaks like glass.
Which is a play on Glass Jaw.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's great. You've got people like Von Kaiser and Piston Honda who, like, I mean, they're so iconic and they just have their own personalities.
Yeah, even your coach does. Or your ring coach.
Carl Winslow.
Man.
Reginald,
awesome.
Reginald Vell Johnson was the inspiration for Doc.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a mix between. So I think they call him Doc because of like the coach in Rocky.
Yeah.
So so Apollo's coach, but then turns into Rocky's coach. But yeah, he was modeled after Carl Winslow from Family Matters.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, the game itself is great. The controls are so tight, so fluid. Everything works the way that it should. Very simple controls. You've got punch to use a special uppercut. A and B are both just alternating, like
left and right punch.
Left and right punch.
Hold up to do a headshot or the body shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I mean, it's literally basic, bare minimum controls that allow you to just really immerse yourself right away in the game. And there's a reason why this game is iconic, why it's in everybody's collection.
Oh yeah.
This game has sold millions of copies, but nobody has any problems with it, or just, I mean, everybody loves it, and it's one of those games that has to be in everybody's collection.
Absolutely.
So
I don't think there's any lot for a NES system that somebody's getting rid of their shit that this is not in.
No, exactly.
Either this or the Mr. Dream version.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Mega Man 2 or Super Mario Brothers 3. It's everywhere.
It's one of those iconic titles that almost everybody you knew growing up had this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say it's part of the trio of sports titles that I think are the must have for the Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
This one, Super Tecmo Bowl, and then Baseball Stars.
Well, Baseball Stars.
It's better than any of the other baseball games on the Nintendo.
Maybe a stretch, but you are right about Tecmo Super Bowl, though. Absolutely.
They're like the three, I think, best demonstrations of their each sports
of their time. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Willing to agree.
But yeah, I would definitely say 8. I think just because of how short the game is, I mean, it's replayable time and time again, but there's not a whole lot to offer when you really boil it down, so that's what keeps it from being like a 9 or a 10 in my opinion. But this game is just, it's really, really good.
I do like that you revisit like Piston Honda and Bald Bull again, but they have different patterns.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have different abilities, different strengths and stuff like that, yeah.
It's kind of cool. I think they did a fantastic fucking job with this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we'll move on to Is It Worth It? Paul, what did you pay for Mike Tyson's Punch-Out?
So, this is actually one that I never paid for because this is one that was in my collection as a kid, and it's now in my collection as an adult. So, I mean, yeah. I never paid for it.
I don't think anybody did. Somebody did.
Well, and that's the thing, is that, I mean...
So,
back when I was originally collecting. God, it's almost 20 years ago. I mean, this game, you could probably have picked it up at a GameStop when they still sold Nintendo games for probably, I think, $9.99.
Probably.
Maybe $7.99. But I think it was probably a $10 game at that point. So, because it was one of those all-star titles that it's just, if you wanted to have, like, if you wanted to play Nintendo and somebody said, well, okay, what are the best games that I should play on it? Mike Tyson's Punch-Out would be one of those games.
Oh yeah, if somebody said, "Hey, I'm looking to get a Nintendo, give me top 5 games that I should get." This, Little Samson, Panic Restaurant, Zombie Nation. No, I'm just kidding.
Flintstone Surprise Dinosaur Pete.
Yeah,
They said game suggestions, not organ donation funds.
yes. So, that being said, I'm gonna do something a little different with this one.
Oh no, here it comes.
So obviously, it's been a hot minute since we've actually recorded this. It's been 6 years since we did this game.
Okay.
So I'm going to do 2 price points. One for what it goes for now, and one around roughly the time the video was recorded.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you were able to actually find the...
I did.
The
I
historical-
kind of roughly estimated it.
Yeah, okay.
So, as of this video, right now, in March,
2020.
April
It's April.
of
It's
2022, $41.97. So $42.
$42.
At the time we recorded, 6 years ago, it was $32.26.
Oh, okay. So
So-
6 years it only went up $10, but that's
Not
also
that
because it's
bad, actually.
But that's also because it's like as common as can be.
Not that huge of a difference. So which price point should we go with? What it goes for now, which probably makes more sense
I
considering...
would say let's go. Yeah, the price point now.
Yes. Would you say that is worth it? Unfortunately, that's a lot of money.
So this is where we might disagree then.
As good as the game is, I don't know.
Is this on the NES Classic?
Yes.
But it was Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream.
Yes,
Not-
everything nowadays is Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream. To be quite honest, that is expensive, but like I said, this is a milestone title. And I honestly think that like you will get your money's worth out of it and
Wow.
just from enjoyment out of it because of the fact that it has replayability to it. You'll enjoy fighting all the different boxers and dealing with them. There's codes, there's passwords online nowadays where you can go straight
That's
to
true.
Mike Tyson. There is a special circuit as well too that starts with King Hippo and goes up to Mike Tyson. So I mean, there's other.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's called Another World Circuit, I think.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. No.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't know about that mode.
I think that one was actually even featured in an issue of Nintendo Power. So
So it's basically a one and done. If you lose, you're done.
I think so. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So, but I honestly, it is expensive, but this is one of those titles that it's like it is a must-have in a collection. So I think until it gets above that $50 price point, I'm gonna say it's worth it.
You know what? I think I'm inclined to agree with you. Because, like you said, it's... Well, you know what? I'm going to say it's worth it. I'm going to say yes. Because, like you said, it is an iconic title that everybody should play. And to be honest, if you're a first-time player of this,
I just convinced him.
you are going to love it. Like, you're going to
Yes.
get the time and money out of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's because we're looking at it as like, oh, this game is a 20-minute game or 25-minute game,
Yes.
but it's like that's because we've played this game inside and out years and years and years, so we're familiar with that. If somebody is just coming into this fresh,
Yeah.
it's going to provide them a lot of hours of fun because they're going to learn the intricacies of each boxer,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and really enjoy it.
So I'm going to say, if you'd rather have the Mike Tyson version where you fight Mike Tyson at the end, get this.
Yeah.
$42. Mm-hmm. However, if you're not that big of a stickler and you don't care to fight Mr. Dream, makes no difference because the game is literally the same.
Literally
except
the
for
same.
Mr. Dream.
It's
He's
literally
he's a
Mr.
palette
Dream.
swap. He's just white. And
He's
got a
but
different face.
They changed the face up a little bit.
Yes. $17.90. It's a little easier to handle.
Oh, absolutely.
I would go for Punch-Out! Featuring Mr. Dream over Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!
Yeah.
But if
because
I would do that.
It's literally a third of the price, and you still get all the same stuff except for Mike Tyson, which even when you get to Mr. Dream, you're still calling the game Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!
I know.
So I mean, it's yeah.
Yes, so I would say it's definitely worth it, even at $42. If you want to do Mike Tyson, otherwise go for Punch-Out!
Yeah.
$18. Can't go wrong.
Definitely worth it.
But this is a game everybody should play.
Every collection of Nintendo should have this in it.
Absolutely.
And to be honest,
Everyone.
if you've played this one and like it, a lot of the sequels and stuff are like so much better and amazing. Like especially like the Wii version.
The Wii remake of Punch-Out! Was fantastic.
Because I just the attention to detail for like how the characters do stuff and react to what's been going on.
I would love to do Punch-Out! On the Wii on the channel, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. Because it's
You've actually been saying that for years.
I know.
We should.
I would like to do Super Punch-Out! and Punch-Out! For the Wii, but yeah, Super Punch-Out's great too. Like that one's a lot of fun.
Is Super Punch-Out the one with the wireframe?
Yes. You're the wireframe out.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No, you're not.
No,
You're
wireframe
actually...
was the arcade version.
Yeah, that was the arcade.
Okay.
It's you're the silhouette.
I knew one of them had like the green wireframe.
That was
the original.
That was versus Punch Out.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Super Punch-Out's you're the silhouette of the kid.
Okay.
That one's the one with is it the Bruisers?
Yeah,
the final
Nick,
two.
Rick and Nick.
Yeah.
Rick is the second to last guy, and then Nick is the final guy. Yeah.
But yes, so that'll do it. 6 for difficulty, 8 for fun. It is worth it for 42.
Definitely.
Unless you don't care about Mike Tyson, then $17. Go for it. Whoop up on some boxes. See where little Matt came from in Smash Brothers.
That was your cue to.
Wow.
Right on.
So that'll do it for this retrospective. Hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on Twitter.
Go to PowerTripGaming.tv. Takes you directly to the channel where you can watch all of our other videos. The link in the description will take you to the playlist where you can watch us go through Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! And Paul break his foot.
Yes. You can watch all of our other side quest material where we play games that aren't the NES, or you can watch our other retrospectives where we review the Nintendo games that we have played thus far.
Ghosts of NES past that we conquered and are now revisiting in some It's a Wonderful Life kind of nightmare.
Skeletons in the closet.
It's only for consistency.
That's true.
You can also check
That's
out...
literally the only reason we're doing it. Because it's killing us not to have the consistency.
Oh, check out the PTG Powercast on Spotify or on iTunes
What's the
and
last-
Stitcher.
there we go.
I got it.
That's
got
right.
it.
So, that'll do it.
That
Next
will
time on Power Trip Gaming Retrospective.
We'll review something else.
We'll review the next one.
Not better.
Yeah. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, God, I love it.